Hello students. So in today's session we are going to see the Schrödinger wave equation which was given by quantum mechanics. Here see the structure of an atom. So the atom consists of a positively charged nucleus which was surrounded by a stationary electron wave which extend around the nucleus in a Bohr's circular orbit. So these are the orbits where the electrons are surrounds the nucleus, right? So here the basis for the wave mechanical model is the wave equation. So the wave equation describes the electron in motion as a three-dimensional wave traveling in an electric field of a positive nucleus. So it was given by Erwin Schrödinger. Okay, it was given by Erwin Schrödinger. So look at here. To describe the wave character and particle character of the electron, Erwin Schrödinger derived an equation, okay, by taking the electron which is present in a hydrogen atom. So hydrogen atom will be having only one electron. So how the behavior of an electron in a hydrogen atom he described. By that he has given an equation. So what is that equation, children? Dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square m by h square e minus v into psi equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. So here I am using x square, y square, z square, isn't it? So here x, y, z are nothing but Cartesian coordinates of an electron. Okay, they are Cartesian coordinates of an electron, and here m is a mass of an electron, h is a Planck's constant, and E is the total energy of an electron. Total energy means kinetic energy plus potential energy, and V, we have used V. So V is the potential energy of an electron, and we have used psi. Okay, it is a new for you. Psi is nothing but wave function of an electron. It is a wave function of an electron. So this whole equation can be written as h cap psi equal to E psi, where h cap equal to minus h square by 8 pi square m into dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square plus v. So how we got this equation? Now I am going to derive. So look at here, children, this equation only, no? So dou square psi by dou x square plus dou square psi by dou y square plus dou square psi by dou z square plus 8 pi square m by h square into e minus v into psi equal to 0. So here this whole can be taken as a common. This psi will come this side and this one will move into that side. Okay, right hand side. So this whole equation write down and bring this psi this side. So dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square into psi equal to this plus sign will move that side and comes as a minus. So minus 8 pi square m by h square into e minus v psi. Okay. Now, so this whole equation can be written as a del square. Okay, I am using for this whole as a del square. Del square equal to dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. So this is called Laplacian operator. Okay, this one this is also called del square. Sorry, this is called inverted triangle. No, this is a del or a nabla operator also you can call it. It is what it is. It is called as a del. Okay, del. So in this place now I am using this del square psi. Can I write that, children? This whole thing I am take it as del square psi. Del square psi equal to minus 8 pi square m by h square into e minus v. Okay, this is v. Okay, this is v. I am taking here as u, okay, into psi. So now minus h square del square psi minus h square del square psi by 8 pi square m equal to e psi minus u v psi. Okay, v psi. So how we got this one? So here how I got this one is, so look at here, this h square will move this side. So minus h square del square psi by this comes this side 8 pi square m equal to e psi minus u psi. So into, okay, e into psi, e psi minus v into psi, v psi. Now come down, minus this only, minus h square del square by 8 pi square m. Okay, this psi here I am keeping it here, psi plus v psi, okay, v psi equal to this one, move this side, this is v psi equal to e psi. Okay children, now I am taking this one, minus h square del square by 8 pi square m plus v, okay, plus v into psi. This whole thing I am taking in the inside the bracket and psi is outside, equal to e psi. So this whole thing I am writing it as h cap. So h cap psi equal to e psi. Now you got how I get that e psi, h cap psi equal to e psi? Yes. So where h cap equal to minus h square del square by 8 pi square m plus v. Understand children? So this is how we got, this is the derivation of a Schrodinger wave equation. So this is how we got that equation, where h cap is the Hamiltonian operator. Okay, so here we are using the term psi. The term psi is an equation. Okay, in the equation is known as amplitude function or wave function. So here we are using this one. See, so the electron move in a wave function. Okay, in a wave theory, this wave function was denoted with the letter psi. That's a psi, where p is the silent. It is called psi. Yes, children. And psi square, okay, this is psi square is known as probability function. Psi square is called as probability function. So wave equation is known, it's also known as Eigen function. Eigen function, and energy values which is given by eigen function is known as eigen values. So look at this diagram children. Now we are going to learn the importance of psi. Psi is the wave function. It gives the amplitude of the electron wave. Psi is expressed in terms of coordinates x, y and z. Okay, the wave function may be positive or negative. It depends on the values of the coordinates. So when it will become positive, the psi is positive in the region above the x-axis. Understand? So this is x-axis. When it is above the x-axis, the psi is taken as positive. When it is below the x-axis, the psi is taken as negative. When it is equal to the x-axis, the psi is taken as 0. Understand children? So the value of the amplitude increases and reaches the maximum, which is indicated by the peak in the curve. Okay, this is the maximum value. So here the psi may be positive. When it becomes positive children, when it is above the x-axis. Okay, psi is positive in the region above the x-axis. Psi will be 0 when it is along the x-axis. Psi will be negative when it becomes below the x-axis. Yes. So here we have already used the term psi and psi square. So the acceptable solution of the wave equation are called Eigen wave function, and it is denoted by psi. Yes, so the probability of finding electron at a point in a space is given by psi square. Understand? Psi square means x, y, z, where x, y, z are Cartesian coordinates. Understand children? So now we are going to see the important features. So look at here. Now the important features of this. The electron in an atom. The electron in an atom can have a certain specific values only, that is quantization of energy. Next, the existence of quantized electronic energy levels is a direct result of the wave-like properties of the electron and are allowed solutions of Schrodinger wave equation. So here the orbit wave function of the psi. The orbit wave function of the psi contains all the information about the electron in an atom. So the path of an electron can never be determined accurately. We cannot find it accurately. So that is why, therefore, we find only the probability of an electron at different points in a space around the nucleus. So what I said, there is no accuracy, okay, in finding the position of an electron. So the path of an electron can never be determined accurately. Therefore, we find only the probability. Therefore, we will find only the probability of an electron at different points in a space around the nucleus. So look at this diagram children. The square, okay, the square of the orbital wave function psi square. psi square at a point is proportional to the probability of the finding electron at that point. Yes, so hence psi square is known as a probability density, and it is always positive, So here the three-dimensional space around the nucleus where the probability of finding electron is maximum to the extent of 90 to 95% is called an atomic orbital. Okay, atomic orbital. So orbital is different from orbit. Orbital is different from orbit. What is orbit, children? This is orbit. Orbital means the three-dimensional space around the nucleus. Okay, the space around the nucleus where the probability of finding an electron is maximum is called atomic orbital. Yes, children? So now we see the difference between orbit and orbital. So what is an orbit, children? An orbit is a well-defined circular path around the nucleus. So it is a well-defined circular path around the nucleus in which the electron revolves, isn't it? Around the nucleus in which the electron revolves. Then what do you mean by orbital? An orbital is a region space. Okay, the space. Okay, space around the nucleus where the probability, okay, it is a space around the nucleus where the probability of finding electron is maximum. So an orbit represents the movement of electron in one plane. Okay, represent the movement of electron in one plane. So an orbital represents the movement of electron in three-dimensional, okay, three-dimensional space. Understand, children? So look at here. Orbits are circular in shape, and whereas orbitals have different shape. S orbital is spherical, p orbital is dumbbell shaped, isn't it? Yes. Next one, orbits do not have directional characteristics. And here, except s orbital, all other orbitals have directional characteristics. And here, so here an orbit can have maximum number of 2n square electrons, where n is the number of the shell. Okay, basing on this, how many electrons can accommodate in a shell? Okay, in an orbit can be given. Yes, an orbit can have maximum number of 2n square electrons. Here an orbital can accommodate a maximum number of only 2 electrons. It can accommodate only 2 electrons. So this is the difference between orbit and orbital.